My name is Julia and my video presentation will be about sporting mega events. First of all, what is a mega event? There are a variety of researchers defining mega events, but all the definitions put the emphasis on the greatness and achievement of these kind of events, impressive attendance, size and prestige, media coverage, and significant level of financial involvement. Mega events are simply defined as a one-time major event that is generally of an international scale. A more detailed definition is that of Getz, who says that the volume of a mega event should exceed 1 million visits, its capital cost should be at least $500 million, and its reputation should be that of a must-see event. In addition, Frowley claims that mega events are events that are large enough in size to impact national economies, in addition to generating wide international media coverage. Therefore, the two biggest sport events in the world today, by the measures suggested by the researchers mentioned, are the Summer Olympic Games and the Football World Cup, according to Frowley. Both of them can be truly classified as mega events, as both have a huge global media impact, and the attention these two events achieve is incredible. They are both of an international scale, except that they are held every 4 years, so the first definition is not entirely applicable. For an event to be classed as mega, there are some factors that need to be analyzed, factors that determine the results of an event. According to Mueller, these are the following. Visitor attractiveness. An event is successful if it attracts many visitors. If it can attract more, the benefits of the event will increase as well. The greater the attractiveness is, the more important the event becomes, and it is classified in the mega category. Mary's claims that a minimum of 1 million visitors is required to make an event mega. As an example, London 2012 Olympic Games has been that successful because it managed to attract approximately 5 billion visitors and watchers across the globe, breaking all the previous records. Mediated reach, the most important factor that determines the number of visitors coming to an event, and of course it contributes to the success of an event. It is not essential to travel to an event in order to watch it. In fact, the global broadcasting of events since the 1980s has led to a vast majority of those who watch an event to do so in front of a screen. From Barcelona 1992 to London 2012, the number of accredited media personnel almost doubled, fact that shows how the importance of media is rising, and it underscores that large events are nowadays mediated rather than directly experienced, either through TV coverage or social media platforms. The importance of the media has grown so impressively that Mueller even claims that an unmediated mega event would be a contradiction in terms. Usually, mega events cost hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars, money that goes into infrastructure required for hosting the event, such as transport or venues, but also into the cost of organizing the event itself, such as salaries, temporary overlays, or security. Mega events must have the ability to be transformative and to improve the local area. This is happening to impress the visitors coming to the host city to watch the event, but also for the area to remain improved for the visitors that continue to come after the event is finished. Most cities, countries, and regions aim to make strategic use of mega events to develop infrastructure and push urban renewal through leveraging funds that would not be available otherwise. In other words, mega events represent a great opportunity for the host cities to use wisely the funds and to regenerate the area. But for this to happen, there is a need for investing huge amounts of money. For example, the local authorities of Rio de Janeiro launched a series of large-scale projects to improve the city's urban image and update its infrastructure before welcoming two of the world's most important sporting mega events, 2014 FIFA World Cup and 2016 Summer Olympic Games. The total cost of the Rio Olympics was $13 billion, enough money for a significant urban regeneration. What are the economic impacts of a mega event? It is important to know the difference between an impact and a legacy. An impact is a short-term effect of a mega event, whereas a legacy is about a longer-term effects. The economic impact of a mega event refers to the total amount of additional expenditure generated within the hosting area as a direct consequence of hosting the event. The most important positive economic impact that a mega event has on the host city is represented by the direct and indirect expenditures from visitors, for example, large traveling expenditures on accommodation, food and beverages, tickets, entertainment, and shopping. Employability opportunities. Critically, the creation of new jobs can be classified just as an impact and not as a legacy because people do not have the jobs anymore after the event is done. Negative impacts, price inflation, and increased rental housing prices in host cities. It becomes expensive for locals to live there during the event period. A mega event will stimulate economic development and opportunity nationally and globally. Global tourism directly linked to global economic impacts due to the amount of tourism expenditures that can be created. As an example for local impacts, taking the Los Angeles Olympic Games 1984 and South Africa World Cup 2010, a total of nearly 210,000 jobs and 300,000 jobs respectively were created, predominantly service-oriented employment such as sales, maintenance, and personal care. Legacy is defined as all planned and unplanned, positive and negative, tangible and intangible structures created for and by a sport event that remain longer than the event itself. The ability to acquire a long term, sustainable legacy, to leave something beneficial behind, is now central to a city decision to host a mega event. For legacies to be a plausible fact, they require advanced planning and consideration called leveraging. It is not easy to make profit or benefit from an event even after the event itself. Legacy is crucial from a management perspective due to the return on investment. For example, the 2004 Athens Olympics was not really a success because the cost of the event was way substantial than the economic benefit, as Greece estimated to spend 4.5 billion euros for the event and it ended up spending 8.6 billion euros on hosting the Olympics, and that is due to lack of effective leveraging and planning. As mentioned previously, mega events are a great opportunity for the host cities to invest the money into infrastructure development and urban growth. Urban regeneration is one of the main reasons why host cities decide to invest in a sport mega event. It constitutes a form of legacy for the host city because it regenerates the city and it remains a long period of time after the event is done. Thus, it will attract further visitors to the area. Tourism is another form of legacy that a mega event leaves behind, especially after the urban development that the event brought to the city. Unfortunately, there are cases when all the venues and spaces built especially for the event remain empty and unused after the event finished, called white elephants, and this is an issue. As an example, 2016 Rio Olympics is considered a legacy failure as expensive venues remain without owners due to poor leveraging, compared to London 2012 Olympics that, according to The Guardian, managed to repurpose and reuse all the venues and buildings, securing a long-term positive legacy for London. Sporting mega events can bring a lot of benefits to the host cities if they are well managed and planned. All the factors, impacts, and legacies of a mega event have multiple consequences on the host cities and even on the nations. In order to minimize the negative effects and to maximize the positive ones, strategic planning is crucial before a mega event to take place. If the leveraging is successful, the mega event can bring a variety of positive economic, socio-cultural, and environmental impacts, and the host city can benefit even years after the event itself.